baby. Here we go. Y'all already know who it is. Welcome to the Gridiron Sports Podcast. I am your host, Majestic Sounds. Welcome in. Come on in. Just sit back and take a listen to what I'm about to tell you guys. You already know what time it is, baby. It is week 16 in the National Football League, and you already know who we got to go against. If you don't know, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they ain't no slouches, ladies and gentlemen. Cowboy Nation, let's take a gander at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. As you guys probably already know, they are 8-6. They are 8-6, nothing to sneeze at. And Baker Mayfield is a decent quarterback. They just paid him this offseason, so he's on fire. He got that bag now, and he's playing out of his mind. So they are leading the NFC South. They are number one in their division, sitting at 8-6 with a 57 winning percentage. Unfortunately, we got to play these guys, and they are good on the road. I ain't going to lie to you. Them folks good on the road. They sitting at 5-2 on the road, baby. Ooh, yeah. They are 5-2 on the road, and they are coming to us. So it's a road game for them. Let's look at our winning percentage. We are 6-8, and our winning percentage is 42%. 42%. We are good on the road as well. We are 5-2 on the road, but we at home. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very horrible. We are 1-6 at home, ladies and gentlemen. That sounds like trouble for us this coming Sunday night, but there are a few things we can do to be successful this coming Sunday night. But before I say that, I want to run off some more numbers about Tampa Bay to you guys. Tampa Bay, let me do this real quick before I tell you. Let me see what I want to do. I think this is what I want to do right here. Yes, indeed. This is what I want to do. Man, look at Baker Mayfield. That boy playing out of his mind. All right, look. So passing yards per game, they are fourth in the National Football League with passing yards per game, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. They love to pass the ball, and they're fourth in the league. Look, they're fourth in rushing yards per game. Let me do it again for you. So them folks is not slaw. And then total yards per game, they are third in the lead. I'm gonna hit that button for you one more time. So they ain't slaw, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what we up against. However, we can score against them. We can score against them. Let me see, can I pull that up real quick, ladies and gentlemen, for your mind. We can score, so I'm finna pull that up real quick and show you guys that. Let's go down to Tampa Bay. Here they are. So they give up 23.3 points a game. So in my humble opinion, in order to win, you got to score at least 24 points. Bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, Dallas Cowboy Nation, that's what we got to do. We got to score at least 24 points and hold them, because I think they score 28 points a game. So we got to hold them to like 17 or 20 points. And then they give up a lot of yards. They give up 356 yards per game. So you can throw and run against them. And speaking of run, they give up 109, essentially 110 yards per game on the ground. So Rico Dowdle should have a decent game. And then they give up 247, essentially 250 yards per game passing wise. So in my humble opinion, we can beat them. We got a shot. We got a chance. So the keys to succeed, obviously, is to continue to do what we're doing. The game plan has got to be good. We most definitely got to run the ball, ladies and gentlemen. I need Mike McCarthy to put the ball in Rico Dowdle's hand. I need him to mix it up here and there with Cavante Turbin. Put him in the backfield, do some jet sweeps, do some bubble screens, even with CeeDee Lamb. Just continue to do what you did last week. But you need to add one more thing, one more ingredient. You got to take some shots down the field. Jalen Tolbert and Brandon Cooks can catch the 50-50 ball down the field. They are very good at adjusting to the ball. adjusting their bodies. They're good at high pointing the ball. They're good at boxing out with their bodies and catching the ball with their hands versus catching the ball with your body. So in my humble opinion, Brian Schottenheimer and Mike McCarthy is going to have to implement that in Cooper Rush's game. And I know he don't have a strong arm, but listen, you got to throw the ball down the field. You got to make the secondary play honest. You got to make the defense play honest. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers do have some good linebackers, and they're going to be ready for their running game. Although they give up 110 yards a game, but don't think you finna run all over them without them making a stand. Every team's going to make a stand against you, and Tampa Bay ain't slow. So we got to mix up that play calling. We do have to run the ball. Even if they jump up to a 7-0 lead or a 10-0 lead, you're still going to have to run the ball. You're going to have to make the defense play honest. Cooper Rush is going to have to be able to manipulate the safeties and throw the ball deep. Throwing underneath ain't going to work all game. So it is Mike McCarthy's job. I'm going to say that again. It's Mike McCarthy's job, because they're not going to be able to throw the ball underneath. Short passes all game long. That's not going to work against Tampa Bay, in my humble opinion. So they're going to have to implement some seam routes with the tight ends, some corner routes with the wide receivers, some post routes with the wide receivers. And they're going to have to manipulate the safeties. The offensive lines are going to have to hold up. Shout out to the offensive line. They've been doing good in the run game, but we're going to need them to hold up enough for the deep pass to get off. And so you got to hold those guys off a little bit longer, because those routes take a little time to develop to throw the deep ball. So they're going to have to implement that, ladies and gentlemen. You can't just throw underneath all game. You got to test the waters. You got to put pressure on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers secondary, and you got to make that defense play honestly. So, you know, the screen, bubble screen is good. The traditional screen to the running back is good. The short pass is good. But Mike McCarthy and Brian Schottenheimer are going to have to come up with a way to get Cooper Rush to pass the ball deep down the field without getting picked off, without throwing interceptions. And I get it. You scaled the playbook back because you know he doesn't have a strong arm. He is not Dak Prescott. I get it. However, you got to take them shots down the field. You got to take chances down the field. So offensively, that should be the game plan. So Mike McCarthy and Brian Schottenheimer got their work cut out for them. Now, as for the defense, basically they got to force a 3rd and long. They just got to keep doing what they're doing. And shout out to Mike Zimmer. I got to give him credit. We are depleted from a defensive standpoint. We got injury on top of injury on top of injury. Even in our secondary, I think we just depleted back there. I mean, we down to our last 2 or 3 corners in our secondary right now. So shout out and kudos to Mike Zimmer for keeping their defense playing at a high level with all these injuries going on. So the game plan defensively is to get them in 3rd and long, and most definitely stop the run. Stop the run. Shout out to Chauncey Golston. He's our #1 run stopper at the moment. So let's continue to stop the run like we've been doing as of late. And our DBs, make sure you ain't getting no PIs on you, pass interference calls on you, and give the pass rush an opportunity to sack the quarterback. So we need to keep pressure on Baker Mayfield all night long, whether we get 2 sacks or 6 sacks like we did last week. We most definitely need to keep the pressure on him all night long. If you allow Baker Mayfield to sit back there, he will dink and dunk you. He'll pick your defense apart. He'll pick your secondary apart. And we got plenty of injuries back there. So we already know Trayvon Diggs out. So, hey, and we got other corners out. We got Butler out. We got so many people out defensively. So we got to make sure we're doing what we can to get a sack and keep pressure in Baker Mayfield's face all night long. And I believe Mike Zimmer can do that. He's proven it with all these injuries. So shout out to the defense. Shout out to Mike Zimmer. So that should be the game plan. Rush the quarterback at all costs. Stop the run. It's simple. That's it. Do what we've been doing. So if we continue to do what we've been doing, what we did on Thanksgiving, what we did against the Panthers last week, we should come out with a win. We gotta score none less than 24 to 28 points, and we gotta stop them from getting 28 points. So if we can do that, if special teams can do their part, if the defense can do their part, and then if the offense continue to look good, if we continue to run the ball, we should be fine. And take some shots down the field to make the defense play honest. If we get the running game going good, we should be able to do the play action and throw the ball downfield. And I get it, but Rush is not Dak Prescott. I understand he doesn't have a strong arm like that, but you got to take some shots, dog. I can't explain or express that enough. You got to take shots downfield. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my keys to succeed in week 16 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Listen, you guys, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all put the thumbs up. Y'all share this content, man. Share it. Share it with a neighbor. Share it with a friend. Share it with a coworker. Share it with a family member. Share it with a loved one. Share it with a stranger. And then share it with your enemy. And maybe, just maybe, y'all might become the best of friends after talking about the Dallas Cowboys. DC for life.